everyone. So hi, it's Ellie and LA again. I'm just making this quick video update of the Indy 500, which I actually went to a couple of weeks ago. I know it's not football, it's actually motorsport, and it's not really something that I ever thought about going, but I got the chance to go, and so we went, me and my boyfriend Patrick, we went, and we had a great time actually. So we were invited guests and we had like a suite. But unfortunately for me, there was no wine. There was only beer or soda or water. And I totally did not realize how hot and humid it was going to be. It was so hot. I got a ridiculous farmer's tan as well, which I was not happy about. But anyway, there wasn't much I could do about it. I actually packed a pair of shorts and I didn't wear them. So that's totally my own fault. I think there were more people there that regularly live in the whole state of Indiana, and it is something that has been going on for quite a few years. I was very ashamed to find out that there are women driving in Indy 500 and have been so for over 40 years. It's just it's not something that I ever followed, and it's not something that mainstream media really reports on, except that Danica Patrick was there and she was also reporting for NBC. And apparently she is dating Aaron Rodgers, who was there in the booth at the same time that I happened to pass by. And a girl asked, "Is that Ryan Gosling?" So the answer would have been, yeah, that is Ryan Gosling, but no, it was Aaron Rodgers. So that was pretty funny. And then I think we saw the other presenter from NBC Sports, whose name escapes me. He was criticized quite heavily for commentating on the last but one World Cup, in which he did a really terrible job. Mike Tirico is his name. I'm sorry, I forgot his name for a second. But apparently he did a really terrible job with Ian Wright. So I'm not really surprised he's gone back to speaking about non-soccer or football. But apparently he really is a huge football fan or soccer fan. So anyway, fair play to him. But I didn't manage to get a picture with him. We had great pit passes. So we had the VIP pass that you could access the pit lane. And I couldn't believe it. There were just so many people. It was really, really interesting event. Basically, you do the equivalent of like 500 miles. So about 2.5 hours or something. But there was a whole thing in the morning, the whole tuning the car, parading the cars out, getting on the grid, and then everyone having their picture taken. God, it was like a nightmare. I mean, I don't know how many. And then there was like beauty queens. There was Mario Andretti was there trotting out his old Corvette or something like that. And a vintage car came out onto the track and broke down and had to be jump started, which was hilarious. So all in all, it was another great sporting experience. It's not something that I would have chosen to go on to. It's kind of not really on my bucket list. How I got interested in motorsports, I really follow F1 more so, only because I think if you grow up in the UK, F1 is the thing that everybody goes crazy for. It's very glamorous. There's lots of money involved. The drivers are always very good looking, and there's always like some dolly birds around and lots of free flowing champagne and things like that. So that's why it seems like overly glamorous. So I would say Indy 500 is really not like that. It's very sort of down to earth, although people do like the private boxes and suites and things. You can easily enjoy it just sitting in the grandstand. And believe it or not, there was even a music concert at the same time that was going on inside the stadium, but away from the race. So mind-bogglingly, there was this place called the Snake Pit, and there just happened to be some kind of EDM concert where the main act was Skrillex. So when we were leaving, we saw all these people covered in mud, and they had mud all down their legs. Some of them were even walking barefoot, and they looked a mess. And I was thinking, what the heck was that? They looked like they just come out of EDC or Burning Man. And so that was happened to have a music concert at the same time there was a race going on, which was really mind-boggling. But anyway, Indy 500, if you get the chance, yeah, give it a go. It's a little different than NASCAR. So NASCAR, you just go round and round in a big circle. In Indy, you kind of go round and round in a big circle, but it's a different kind of vehicle. So it's more similar to a Formula One or Formula Two type of car than NASCAR looks like. It's more like a street car or vehicle, although it's way stripped down. So it's a little different, something different to go to, a different kind of sporting event to attend. But yeah, it's a bit out of my comfort zone, but still thoroughly enjoyed it. So big thank you to our sponsors and friends who invited us. And we'll see you next time with another video. Come on, you Spurs.